Welcome back to No Party with B and J. In our first breakdown, we showed how weakening education softened the country, but education alone doesn't open the door for a takeover. You also have to neutralize the people whose job it is to defend the country from corruption, abuse, and corporate overreach.
Mm. Those defenders are the watchdogs, the inspectors, regulators, investigators, scientists, auditors, analysts, and enforcement agencies that protect regular people from the powerful.
When we say watchdogs, we're talking about the institutions regular Americans never think about until something goes wrong.
The FTC, the FCC, the SEC, the EPA, the DOJ, IRS, inspectors generals, agencies that investigate fraud, oversee corporations, regulate safety, block monopolies, and hold the government itself accountable.
These are the systems that protect the public from the 1%. So the 1% had to find a way to weaken these systems.
This didn't start with Trump either. It began decades ago, Justin.
It did. Reagan cut regulatory power to the free market. Bush weakened environmental protections. Clinton deregulated media ownership. Obama's reforms were blocked by Congress.
Each administration chipped away at the watchdogs, not loudly, not all at once, but steadily.
By the time Trump arrived, the walls were already thin.
Trump didn't invent the war on watchdogs, but he put the gas pedal to the floor.
Yes, he did. He fired inspector generals. He slashed regulatory budgets. He installed leaders who didn't believe in regulation. He weakened enforcement. He removed science and data protections.
And he did it loudly. He mocked experts. He bullied the investigators. He attacked whistleblowers and publicly challenged the legitimacy of oversight systems.
The watchdogs are the only thing standing between the 1% and the absolute freedom to operate however they want.
Because watchdogs can fine corporations, they can block the mergers, they stop monopolies, they investigate fraud, they halt unsafe products, they expose corruption, they regulate the tech, they protect consumers, they protect workers, and they protect democracy.
If you're a billionaire or a politician using loopholes, those agencies are your biggest threat.
Which is exactly why they were the first institutions neutralized in the takeover blueprint.
Once those watchdogs were weakened, America shifted into what we now call the loophole era, a time where the 1% no longer needed to break laws. They just needed to rewrite them, reinterpret them, or remove the people who enforce them.
This is where billionaires exploded in power. No oversight meant no guardrails. No guardrails meant no limits.
And this is the moment Elon Musk's empire grew from a business to an entire national infrastructure system.
Now, this is important. DOGE is not the story of this episode, but it is a perfect example of what happens when watchdogs collapse.
DOGE was created because watchdog agencies had already been stripped of power. Instead of experts evaluating systems, political loyalists were put in charge of fixing government.
And now look, it's dissolving. Musk stepped back. Employees are scared of indictments. Systems are collapsing internally.
Because you can't replace watchdogs with billionaires. You can't replace experts with influencers. And you can't run a country on loyalty instead of law.
DOGE didn't fail because of politics. It failed because it was built on top of a system that had already been broken on purpose.
And when those watchdogs collapse, you get agencies captured by corruptions, regulatory silence, markets are manipulated, monopolies protected, misinformation left unchecked, national defense tied to private companies, taxpayer money redirected upward, voters are left vulnerable.
You get this exactly the America we're living in today.
And an America where the 1% writes the rules because they dismantled the people who used to enforce those very rules.
This wasn't just a political shift. This was a structural shift in power. The 1% didn't just weaken watchdogs. They replaced them with themselves.
It's crazy. And when the people who benefited from breaking the rules are the same people enforcing the rules, the public never stood a chance.
If the watchdogs no longer protect the people, then who protects the people?
And if that 1% now operate without any limits, what keeps them from taking the rest? This has been No Parting with B and J. We'll catch you on the other side.